I'm pretty big on reflection and feedback. Unfortunately, I didn't do either of those things very well this year. So let's reflect together. 2019, what did you teach me? Akwaba, welcome everyone. I'm Jade, and today I'm going to be taking you through my 2019, which includes a lot of mistakes that I know you can learn from. I started the year strong. I had a content management plan and a marketing strategy in place for my business, and I had direction in my personal life. I like plans, and in having those plans, I know that I can plan for any eventuality. Which brings me to my first lesson. I can have all the plans in the world, but they aren't going to help me if the situation in front of me becomes so fucked up that I don't recognize it anymore. I learned that it's in these moments that I need to pause before I engage. When you are confronted with a situation that is just fucked, you react emotionally. And by continuing in that state of high emotion, you aren't going to be bringing your best self to the solution, if you even manage to reach a solution. So lesson number one is to step back before you react. I was retaught this year that nobody but me can tell me how much I am worth. I suffered through intense bouts of imposter syndrome and feelings of worthlessness and depression so bad. I considered killing myself this year. I had completely lost faith in myself. I had had blows in my personal life. I was struggling with my career and I felt like I was pushing a boulder uphill when it came to my business. So my belief in myself was so low that I started turning to other people to validate my worth. And that wasn't a smart move either. I'll tell you why. Because when you start doing that, you give the power to others, and you no longer feel that what you do is enough, especially if the other person doesn't even acknowledge what you did do. And your life becomes an endless cycle of trying to make other people happy and chasing that all-important word or phrase that you've come to feel that you need to feel like you're worth something. That is no way to live. So lesson two is your worth is great, and you add to it every day. Nobody can take that away from you. Nobody. I spoke at many events this year, at conferences, workshops and panels. Back in 2015, I completed a tour guide course and started doing tours at Melbourne Museum. I did this to overcome my fear of public speaking and to smash that stutter that I had. This year I was on panels where I talked about what they didn't teach us in glamour school and picking apart personal branding. I chaired and introduced a keynote speaker at the symposium, the New Librarian Symposium. I did workshops like Your Online Presence Needs a Clean, Canva workshops for advanced and beginners, bigger and better promotions, and a minute of video is worth 1.8 million words. I was on a podcast talking about my career journey with no small jobs, and I was also invited to guest lecture at Victoria University on YouTube and video marketing. Not to mention the 38 videos that I scripted, recorded, published and promoted all on my own on my YouTube channel this year. I still get so bloody nervous when I get up to speak, but I can do it. And I know I can do it. And with no stutter in sight. That's something to be proud of, right? So lesson 3 is you can do it. Whatever you set your mind to, you can do it. I learned that the administration of my business can be therapeutic. A lot of the small business owners that I talk to don't really enjoy the admin side of their business. They don't enjoy invoicing and chasing people for money. They don't enjoy the constant social media posting, email marketing and writing newsletters. But I see things a bit differently, and it's a view that I have been sharing with the libraries that I work with so that they can bring this philosophy into their own library marketing. See, these admin interactions generally tend to be like a one-on-one thing, and one-on-one connection building is priceless. Even if you are chasing somebody for money or trying to get your order fixed, you can still impact a person's day in a positive way. And that is what they will remember. And over time, whenever they see an email from you or your library, they'll smile and be happy to deal with you. So, lesson 4 is you can always make somebody else's day brighter, no matter what you're doing, even admin. This year, I haven't always been in a headspace to receive feedback, let alone act on it, which is a real pity, because if I had listened, I would have opened the door to many more opportunities coming my way. See, when it comes to feedback, I think there are 3 things you need to think about. Where is this feedback coming from? Is it constructive, or is it really just a complaint? How will I react to this feedback? Or rather, how should I react to this feedback? And how can I demonstrate that I have listened and improved from that feedback? That is my usual process when it comes to dealing with feedback. Unfortunately, I haven't been doing my usual process this year, and as a result, I've missed out on clients, majorly fucked up my personal life, and just generally had a really shitty year. So lesson number 5 is to always be open to feedback and act on it, because you never know where that feedback will take you, and any experience is always good experience. Despite 2019 being a really bad year for me, a lot of you who know me wouldn't have realized that. And that's my last lesson from 2019. My last piece of advice to you is that if you get to the point where you feel the world would be better off without you, talk to somebody, go see a professional, because it would be a real shame if you weren't around anymore. I know this has been a slightly heavier video than I usually post on this channel, and you probably won't see another one like it ever again. But you've been educated, and maybe even entertained, I don't know. I've been Jade from Misskoko the Librarian. Remember to always be curious, and I will see you next year. Bye.